open-ended questions. Like I said, I'd read stories, what do you guys think are gonna happen next? Or do any of you guys have a dog? Like in the story, and then that would leave room for them to just kind of go off in all sorts of different things. There has been, from the research I did, there are problems with some educators generally balancing the relationship between, having a two-way conversation. And that was from my paper. This is just some of the, here's the books lined out that I'd have picked out. And there's all the people, for instance, this, everyone's sitting attentively kind of, and we're very close and that everyone's communicating, I can see everyone, versus sometimes they're all scattered and there was no, that's a girl and a guy looking. Components of literacy, and these are some of the main components I tried to think about each time I did a session. I did a series of 3 sessions total. I've been reading once a week at this library for a year, but I used 3 select recent ones of those to do this research. So anyway, phonemic awareness, focusing on manipulating phonemes. And like I said, when I was reading to the kids, I tried to really focus on how fast I was talking, projecting, pronunciating words. How do I pronounce different things? I tried to make them aware of, say, the title page. So and so by so and so, illustrated by so and so. I tried to acknowledge this book is to my mother, blah blah blah. And just kind of at least let them aware of, and like I said, while at the same time trying to pronunciate. And phonics, sound correspondence, kind of went over that. Vocabulary in between reading, like I said, I tried to read, at a pace where they could all understand and emphasize different words, in situations with different characters. This is like one of the points here. I'm just reading, I'm trying to, get everyone trying to just describe the page and just get the ideas flowing, as people are watching here. I'm doing more of the same. Assessments. For me, I guess the assessments were general. I didn't hand out the kids questionnaires or do anything standardized, but I tried to, like I said at the very beginning, I tried to establish learning goals to the kids so that they could understand. I tried to use multiple measures of learning, pronunciation, vocabulary, visuals, all sorts of things. I tried to establish, and I've had in my experience with field experiences in education and in classrooms, and the concept of taking on a leadership role and saying, okay, I'm a leader, I'm an adult, I'm a model, I've got to conduct a certain way, and versus, being the kid's friends or without any purpose. So that's, an important thing. And the assessments is that's kind of how you're assessing from a leadership standpoint, to me. And then ongoing reading development, just kind of keep an eye on the development. For me, I try to, during each, returning students that would come to it, I tried to notice, are they developing? Questions, like I said, I tried to ask questions regarding word recognition. Have any of you guys ever, heard this word before? Retention and memory. Do you guys remember why the cat went to the forest in the first place? Depending on the age group, too, I had to modify my questions. Conventions of print, for instance, there'd be a lot of pages like, the cat saw the mouse and he went blah, blah, blah. Next page, the cat saw the blah and he went blah, blah, blah. The cat saw the blink and he went ... And I tried to emphasize the ... and then slowly, anticipatingly, open the page. So conventions of print, I tried to incorporate that. Judging on the turnout and just the mood of the whole day I was in there, I'd see, how the kids, I'd try and ask them how they felt towards reading, if any of them enjoyed reading at home, mostly in the beginning before I started reading. But I didn't spend too much time on asking them about their feelings. Components of a high-quality program based on my research include standardized observations, evaluations, and constructive feedback. Kind of all elements, like I said, I tried to at least think about as I was conducting this program. From the selection of books that the kids, like I said, can any of you guys guess what the theme for these would be?
Nighttime.
Monsters. Monster. And so from the selection of books, I think, I tried to, maybe I was reading into it too much, but I could kind of get a sense of, the interest of the kids, their life experiences, their cultural influence. If they see a book about a dog or they see a birthday party book, they can pick that up based on familiarity with whatever they're seeing. Like, oh, I have I have a brown dog, or oh, I have a stuffed animal monster. And then I can kind of see, you want to read this book first, this and that and this? So I can kind of get a sense of, say, family involvement, if their parents read to them, et cetera, et cetera. I try to encourage, a fluidity of ideas, internalizing concepts and applying to life experiences. As I read the books, I tried to incorporate these factors. I don't know if I was necessarily successful, but I at least try to see how I can apply these books to their own lives. Developing.
You can try to summarize so that you can get to the video and tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, selection of books, continue, there I am. Sometimes there was unresponsiveness. As you can see here, there's a little girl here that's climbing over that couch on her way to go run around somewhere. And like I said, that would kind of happen a lot. And possible reasons, there's all sorts of stuff. It could be that the children had deficits, say phonological awareness, retrieval skills, verbal ability. If they couldn't talk yet, that's going to affect their ability to listen and go, oh, I'm making sense of this, and I feel like it's important to sit here and listen. Behavioral problems, developmental delays,